Hello everyone, my name is Kakoza and I welcome everyone here. So today we are having this topic, after the bootcamp then what? And yes, from my journey I've gathered up some things and also so some inquiries I've made. So I don't know, let me share my screen. Hopefully I am audible. Okay. Um, all right. So yes, I'm sharing my screen. So mostly when you're done with your Starknet bootcamp, some of the things you ask yourself is what can I do? So I think for a start, you can look at some of the like easy things to contribute to. One is also keeping up, like documenting what you learn. So so you can use things like Hashnode um, to document whatever you're doing, and on I think I use this platform for some of my blogs. So for me it's kind of easy for me compared to Medium, but you can also use Medium or like that, just documenting what you've learned. Yeah. So the other thing is that there is a platform called I think I wrote it here, uh, called learnweb3.io. So learnweb3.io has something unique. When you come here, it has open source, uh, and this open source has like a lot of fast. They have a lot of fast class issues, and most of the time there are some Starknet issues, fast like first time issues, good fast issues that you could contribute to. So you could come to learnweb3.io and look through those only source fast issues. They are very easy for you to contribute to them. But away from that, you can also go for earning opportunities. I think on leaders, let me look it from here. So, um, okay, no. So yeah, only does these days has OD boost. So yeah, I think it has just come. It is going to last for 10 days. Let me. Okay, so I think I have my OD account. So yeah, but I think more people will talk about it. I've seen that online dust is very common in as far as the African community is concerned. So with online dust, your contribution can be paid for. Like, yeah. I usually, for me personally, when I'm contributing, mostly I like just coming to contribute. That's why I knew I used to make many contributions from landweb3.io. But here, I think there is OD Boost. Yeah, it was somewhere here. OD Boost, OD Hack Join, and like contribute. So you can come here and see what you can contribute to, and then yeah. The other thing is you can form a team and build a product, and then go for Starknet.io. I think Starknet grants. So I think if you have built something that is worthwhile, yeah, you could apply here on Starknet.io. I don't know how much time I'm left with, but yeah. So the other place, it's not very popular, but I'm a good love of it, is Madara. So there is the there is there's the Madara GitHub repo. So Madara is mainly used to, like, if you want to make up chains. And what I used to use it for when I do, because for me, okay, I do a lot of open source contribution, is I used to come and go through code so that I get used to long code that is written in Starknet and patterns. So yeah, it could help me like when I'm making like contributions. And from Madara, there is this platform called Carnot, which you can use for, quickly launching your app chains. Anyway, like, yeah, this is more of open source and maybe creating your own app chain. So yeah, this Carnot is has a thing that if it is not Carnot, it's not Starknet. Like they have a lot of infrastructure for Starknet. The other thing I think one would do is joining a community. So we have, I think, Starknet Uganda and Starknet Africa. So join the community, keep keep your keep contributing, use your Twitter or whatever you do, and I think that yeah, for me, with the time given, I think I can I can stop there. Am I still sharing my screen? Okay, I think I am. Yeah, so I think someone else could take it on. I don't know if I was first or I was slow. I didn't know how much time I had. Thank you. But you can also ask questions.
Yes, thank you so much, Vianney. Uh, does anyone have a question for Vianney, guys? Vianney, your screen is still sharing, so you can stop sharing. Does anyone have questions for Vianney? Yeah. Any questions? Maybe if I don't know questions, can Mr. Oshoke give us something, because I know you are at least I know you've contributed to Only Dust. So can you give us a word or two, Oshoke?
Hello, hello guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I have actually been contributing to Only Those for almost a year now, and I can say it's a very good way to grow your skills in the Starknet ecosystem because you're able to boost your resume and your portfolio with real life experiences. Because on Only Those, you see projects on start on the Starknet blockchain where you will see open issues and you can try your hands out with those issues. So you bid for those issues, and when those issues are assigned to you, you can do the work. Then you submit a PR. So once that PR is being made, you can get rewarded for it. So you see, it incentivizes like development and open source contributions. So I think it's a very good opportunity for those that are going into building on Starknet. So it helps you to get your hands dirty with other people's projects. You can see how other people implemented certain things, and you can also have it also gives you an opportunity to have ideas for any projects that you might come up with in the future. So that is basically how it is. Then also only does host these things called, before they were called OD hacks, but now they are called OD boosts, where for 10 days there are going to be a lot of open issues where people can just bid for and contribute to a lot of projects. So I feel like that's something that everyone should be going into. Check, they do it once every month. So check it out, apply for issues. Then when you get those issues, you try you try and do it as fast as possible and be responsive. If you have any challenges, always communicate with the maintainers of each project so that they know what's going on. Then once you submit your PR and it gets merged, you get paid. So yes, I think an advice I would give is that when applying for issues, make sure you apply for issues that you can easily tackle, because at the same time when you could actually be given an issue, they can your they can also reassign that issue from you if you're not, if number one you're not being responsive, if you're not. So if, say someone gives you an issue today, um normally you're supposed to start working on it immediately. You then take your time, you take your time maybe you take your time, maybe you have an issue but you're not communicating with the maintainers, or you're not, like if they ask you questions on the Telegram group chat, oh, what's the progress? You're not really responding. That gives an off vibe. They may feel like you're not actually doing the work, so they can reassign you, and it will show on your public profile that, oh, you're given an issue but you do not deliver. So that hurts your profile. So it's best that whenever you are given an issue, try to do it as quick as possible. If you run into any challenges, every project has a Telegram group chat where all the maintainers and contributors are. So you can just text them, oh, I'm running into this problem. How can I solve it? Can any assistance? So you can be aware of what is going on. So that is the advice I would give anyone that is going into open source contribution. So yes, that's all. I don't know if there's any other thing I'm supposed to talk about.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Guys, any questions for Oshoke? Oshoke, the question I have, well, I'm as well an open source contributor, and I think the challenge that seems to be with open source is like when someone is doing it for the first time, there is a way it frightens someone. So how can that you have to read all this code? It's really legacy code, and you are reading close to 1,000 lines of code, and you are like there is that tendency of getting scared, and you're like, like there is always that fright when you're working on your first issue. So what advice or shock do you give to someone? Like, trust me, I got that fright the first time. Yeah, I was working like writing legacy, working on legacy code. Yeah, you are working on very many files, and you have to make sure you are so cautious with all these lines of code. So, Shoke, what's your experience like? How do you advise someone?
Okay, so I think that the first advice I will give is that, so before you go to apply for any issue, all the issues are being listed on Onidos. So what you could do is that do a bit of research on each of the projects. Look at the language that each project makes use of. Oh, so once you get the language, oh, does it match my skill? You say, okay, yes, I know JavaScript and this project makes use of JavaScript, right? Then the next thing you do is that open the project. Maybe you can fork it and clone the repo. You can clone the repo to your local machine. So when you clone the repo to your local machine, you can now test it out, play around with it, see the different components that they have and all that. So this helps you to get acquainted with the project itself. So when an issue is opened, when an issue is opened, you can easily confidently say that you want to tackle it. And also, if while getting yourself acquainted with the project, you notice that, oh, I feel like this part should actually be done better, or I think these features could be added, you could actually just go and create the issue yourself on their repo. Just say, oh, I suggest that this that. Then also you could also text them on their Telegram group chats. Then if the maintainers see that, oh, this is actually a good feature, they can actually create an issue for you to actually handle it. So that's one advice I would give. Then another thing is that, so on Only Does, it is a free community that you can actually talk about. You can actually like communicate. So they know that, oh, you're a first time contributions. You're a first time contributor. One thing I will ask is that one thing I will say is that don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand anything, just send a message on the group chat, message the maintainers privately. Say, okay, I'm having this challenge, I'm having this challenge. Then they will be quick to help you. All the maintainers are quite friendly, and if you let them know any challenge that you're expressing, any challenge that you're facing, they'll be quick to help you solve it. The main thing is that you should not be silent. That's just one thing I would say. So it's normal for you to be scared, but just try to get yourself acquainted with the project. As for the OD boost, the projects are going to be listed about maybe 2 weeks beforehand or a week beforehand. So that gives you time to get yourself acquainted with projects that actually are interesting to you, or you feel like you have passion for, or you want to contribute to. So that is basically it. That's the advice I will give.
Right. Thank you so much. That was really an eye-opening insight, and yeah, you really kind of given us a serious insight, because the like, to be honest, it's legacy code. There is a way it scares you. Yeah. yeah. You know, you by line, yeah. You have to read line by line. You make sure you understand the code, and for if really for someone who's doing it the first time, I know as well asking for someone. For someone who's doing it the first time, there is always that fear, yeah. You know, you are reading all these lines of code, and yeah. So thank you so much, Oshoke, for clearing out something. So, guys, any questions? Any questions you have? Yes, Emma, please go ahead and ask. Yes, Emma, please go ahead and ask. Emma, we can't hear you. I think Emma has issues with his internet. So, guys, in case you have any questions, you can raise them here. Cause how so the main theme of the call is, well, after maybe I've attained some level of skills from the Starknet bootcamp. So how do I make use of my skills? Yeah. So because you have to realize the economic sense of your skills. Yeah. So after studying something, you must be able to earn out of it. Yeah. So in case you have questions in regards to that, you can ask. Currently, Starknet is, yes, Maria. Please go ahead.
Okay, it's me, Emma. My phone has an issue, so I'm just using someone else's phone. My question was, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was wondering, in case I want to, like, we're talking about long lines of code and trying to evaluate them and understand the logic in them. What's your recommendation about implementing an AI agent, something that can help me interpret the lines of code by the logic without actually having to go through the code? So now when I have to go through it line by line, it's easier for me to understand it than having to interpret it by reading it the first time.
Well, I don't know what other people are going to say in regards to that, but there's something I've realized with coding. You cannot rule out the fact of having to read code. Yeah, like that one. Oshoke, what do you say about that? Like for me, what I can best say is that you cannot rule out that you as a person you have to read the code. I don't know. I haven't chosen an AI agent before to read code for me. So Oshoke, what's your say? Vianney, what's your say on that?
Okay, so I feel like if you want to, you can't really escape not reading code because you have to just go through the code base. But if you feel like AI agents will actually be able to make it easier for you to go through the code, then that's fine. So long as you can be able to give quality contribution on the project. So, any contribution you are going to be doing, you have to make sure that it's of good quality, so that in the future, if they want to assign it to issues, they have no problem with it because they know that, oh, in the last PR that you submitted was actually of high quality, and it wasn't just AI blog that you spat out. So that is my advice for it. So I feel like AI has become a part of our lives, and we can't deny the fact that it's a tool, especially in development. So if you feel like AI can help you, then you can go for it. But it should just be as a tool. It should not be the main thing about your PR. That's what I should do. That's the advice I would give in regards to this.
Yeah, thank you, Oshoke. I think I will kind of also build on his advice is that, well, AI is just a tool that I can use, yeah, maybe to help me simplify my work. But the fact is that I want you to know that you have to understand the code, what you're going to write, yeah. Well, maybe what you have to understand what you're going to contribute. And so as long as you can understand it better, maybe an AI agent is helping you understand, but you cannot rule out the fact that you have to actually know the context of the code, and you have to understand the code itself. So yeah, that's all I can as well submit. Vianney, do you have any add-ons on that?
Yeah, one thing I've seen with AI agents is surely first of all you should know what you're doing, because these agents bring their own suggestions, and they implement their own logic. But if you're directing it, then you can easily make that quality contribution. Maybe the other thing you could do about an AI agent is you could take it to hackathon. So yes, Starknet this year has a roadmap of hackathons. Actually, I'd forgotten which one was done. I think in January. Yeah. So for me, the thing I love from such hackathons is it gives me the liberty to just give out what I can, and I'm a big fan. Yeah, but this year I'm going to reduce a bit. But actually, that's how I've been making a lot of my living in the industry, participating in the hackathons, because you can create an agent that can help read through code and it becomes something useful. But then I've looked at so in the Starknet ecosystem, for me, I've usually been contributing mostly to infrastructure things. But you have to look at that code. You have to really understand it, and the more you look at the code, the better you become. Whether it is Rust, whether it is Cairo, like, so you have to get used to that habit of looking at the code, because in that kind of field, a quality contribution is always not big, but takes a lot of time to think. Maybe at OD Boost, if you have like maybe new projects, you could easily contribute. But for me, the projects I have contributed on in Starknet were like that. You have to read a lot of code, so I got used to this habit of going always through code. Yeah. But if you have like an idea like an AI agent that can read through code and is very accurate, and then you know how it does it, I think you could go through the Starknet roadmap. Actually, it's one of the way, and then participate in those hackathons. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just to add on the submission, I feel, yeah, there is something. Yeah, this is also as well from experience that it's just like you reading something. There is a way you grow in understanding code. When the more you get familiar with code, the more you understand it. So like, and the more you understand the code, that means you can make a quite a contribution. So you have get to get used to reading the code. Yeah, even though you don't understand it, you read it. Yeah, with time, I feel you can understand it more. And maybe the other thing that I can add on is I believe in project-based learning. Yeah. So project-based learning, by that I mean that uh, to best implement a concept, maybe the ones I've learned, yeah, is to build something, on the tech stack that I've learned. So that method of learning works for me. And really, after building something, you can really understand because you've implemented it. You may think you understand, uh, maybe you may think you understand smart contracts. Before you write a smart contract, you cannot actually 100% tell me that you understand them. So there is that experience that comes with writing, actually getting your hands dirty, and and they usually call it the tutorial hell, where you are following, right, reading or reading a lot of tutorials, watching a lot of tutorials, but you are not applying the knowledge. So the power of knowledge is in implementation, not adding on more knowledge. So you have to really get your hands dirty and in and make the knowledge practical. So I believe in practical based learning. And maybe, yeah, so the other thing I'm thinking about is as the stagnant community here in Uganda, we can team up and, yeah, we can team up and form groups, and there are always hackathons. There, Starknet itself is it has it's at one point we happened to bring one of the founders here who has happened to receive some three grants from Starknet. So Starknet has grants, yeah. A seed grant is about 25K in USD. So yeah, if at all your project is really scalable and it can have economic sense, yeah, you are funded. And so to access the funds, let me share. To access the grants, you just go to starknet.io. Let me write down in the messages. So it's starknet.io. So I've written it down in the chat. Yeah, so it yeah, thank you, Vianney. That's actually it. So Starknet has a couple of grants, yeah, and yeah, you can apply for them. I've applied twice now. I haven't yet been successful, but I'm applying this month for the third time. Hopefully, I will go through. So yeah, so just that 25K. It really changes a lot. It can really change something. Like one of the challenges as a builder that you face is that when you're building, you have to first of all, there are constant there are some constant costs which you need. You have bills to pay, maybe you're renting, you have to feed yourself, you have to buy internet, and yeah, the 25K, that's quite some good money. It can really push you for quite some time. And then as well, I want to encourage us to have this spirit of working together, yeah, teaming up and working together. Yeah, thank you, Vian, for sharing onlydust.com. So onlydust as well, it's a platform which has which allows builders to earn from their open source contributions. And open source code is good, guys, because when you're contributing to open source code, you're actually writing, you're dealing with code, like the level, you have to be cautious, yeah. So when you're handling it and you've submitted a PR, it's reviewed maybe by a senior dev on the team, and then after being reviewed, it's merged into maybe the main branch. So you are working on legacy code, yeah. So it really helps you to learn a lot. So any question from you guys in regards to that? Maybe anything you want to know? Any question? Guys, any question? Because this call is more about the opportunities. How do we get the opportunities in the Starknet ecosystem? So that's what we are trying to answer. Any questions, guys? Please feel free to either put it in the chat, or you can just unmute and then ask it out. So, so as Starknet Uganda, yeah, we are going to create some groups. So in case you're interested in joining, we are going to issue out some forms. So groups for actually building projects, and yeah, for the community, and maybe we can try and vet the best projects and maybe try to deploy them into production. So in case you're interested in joining a team, maybe 2 to 3 developers, Kabiane, can you help me share the Telegram group, our Telegram group, so we can share more updates right there, because it's really good for us as developers to build product. Yeah, it's very, because the best sustainable way of earning and of being there in the ecosystem is by having a product. Yeah, how best are you earning from the ecosystem? And when you have a product, as long as your business is okay, you can get money, and that's good. And literally, it's also good for inspiring others. Yeah. So, Vienna, thank you for sharing our Telegram link. So join our Telegram group right there and find out. You can ask us any questions. Yeah, so I was saying the best way to inspire is by building products, guys. Because when a novice asks you, someone who wants to get into this Web3 space, and maybe they've been hearing about Starknet, so that's the best way you can inspire them is by building a product. And if at all your product is actually having some economic sense, that means someone is you can get inspired. You can be like, no, this thing really works out. It's not a scam or what. So I highly implore us to build, to get our hands dirty and code and write code, and yeah, let's come up with products, guys. Any questions at the moment? In case you have a question, you can just unmute, and or you can write it in the group chat. Any questions, guys? Well, I think no questions at the moment. So, as the central code, we are having an on-site and online bootcamp. It's starting next week. That's 27th January. That's when the on-site is starting, and then on 3rd February the online batch. Yeah, so we still have some slots for online. Yeah, so in case you're interested, or maybe you want to refer to someone, maybe a friend, Yani, you can help me share the form to the application. Maybe so this is going to be a 4 months boot camp where we are going to get you from the grassroots to a professional level. So yeah, so and the central code, the whole notion of the central code is to bridge software engineers to the opportunities in Web3. So you're welcome, guys. We shall be happy to. I know there are some people who have been in the base camp who have applied, and yeah, expect the best. Expect the best. So, guys, this is once again a call that, in case you want to contribute, maybe you want to put to good use of your skills, us kindly reach out in our, so in our Telegram we are going to share a form where you can maybe give in your details, and yeah, we can assign you on a team, yeah, so that you can best use your knowledge, because everything costs time and money. So you are learning something about Starknet, and yeah, it would make a lot of economic sense if at all you are putting your skills to good use. So yeah, for stay tuned. In case to stay tuned, you want to stay tuned for more updates. We are going to share that in the Telegram group, all the details. Yeah, so that's the link Vienna has shared in the group chat. That's the link to our on-site and online bootcamp. Yeah, so any other questions before we close this up? I would want us to close at 8:40. So any questions before we close this up? Yes, Emma, you have unmuted. And guys, yeah, so the seed grants from Starknet They look at a couple of use cases, projects in various use cases. For example, DeFi, that's decentralized finance, and it could be a community project, it could be a game. So yeah, you can check out Starknet.io, and yeah, you can try to go through and see. Please get intrigued to apply. Yeah. So then the other bit of which we talked about is only dust. Only dust is real, guys. It's and for it its focus is a lot on Starknet. Most of of the projects there are based on the and Starknet tech. So definitely, if you know Starknet, you can be a good contributor on only dust. So any questions at the moment? Yeah, in case there are no questions, yeah, I want to wish us the best of the best of the night, guys. Endeavor to share to raise up any questions in the Telegram group. Maybe there's some other thing you want to find out. Maybe you would want to as well. Maybe you need some information. You can share it, the info in the Telegram group. So in case there are no questions, I would beg to end here. And all I can say, guys, is let's keep building. Let's not give up on building. Yeah, Africa is in the we are it's the best time to be alive in Africa. Yeah. So and let's not downplay that blockchain technology. It's really revolutionizing a lot of things, and the best opportunity right now is in blockchain. And yeah, let's use Starknet as a vehicle to hunt for these opportunities in Web3. So I guess in case you have any, you experience maybe a barrier, maybe you've been working on something and yeah, you're not understanding something, you can always raise it up in the Telegram group. Someone will be right there to assist you with maybe someone can give you, maybe you've been struggling with a bug for a couple of days, then you can always raise it in the Telegram group and someone will be of good help. So guys, I wish you a good night and thank you for sparing time for this call. Thank you so much and have a blessed night.